allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha, now you not done here. All these bad politicians then we call themselves.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. Apologies to my viewers who are really used to our starting time. That changed 2 days ago. So right now in the UK, our time has gone backward by an hour. So if you are usually watching me from Nigeria at 8 p.m., now it has changed to 9 p.m. Now, if you are watching me from the rest of the world, all you have to do right now is to kind of add 1 hour to the normal time we normally join Maiyegun. It is not that hard. Now, UK can be so kind of, weird like that. So instead of joining me at 8 p.m., if you are not in the UK, you will join me at 9 p.m. If you are watching me from the North America, for example, Texas, So if you usually join MaiyegunsDiary Politico around 3 p.m. or 2 p.m., now you would have to change it to 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. Check your time right now. If you are watching me live, right now it is 8:04 p.m. What says your time?
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
Mo ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Àní Ẹ̀sùnràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní Ẹ̀sùnràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube.
Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. Take your time. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends and invite your not so friendly friends. We are going to be in Rivers State for a while tonight. Wike Obiakpo Ikwere Adolf Hitler versus the SIM card he put inside the Rivers State house. Wahala. Do that. Share the broadcast.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Ayé Ẹ̀sùnràkì. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Ayé Ẹ̀sùnràkì. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú Ẹ̀sùnràkì. Ayé Ẹ̀sùnràkì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Mo ti dé. Ẹ kúlé o. Good morning to you and good afternoon to you and good evening to you as well from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun live. Now, if you have done what I advised earlier, wonderful. Like the broadcast, share it, invite others, read the broadcast, read everything that is going to be discussed. Put yourself or get yourself in tune with the conversation tonight. And if time permits, we would also take calls. So thank you for joining me again, ladies and gentlemen. I was kind of tired yesterday, so I decided to take some rest. While I was kind of, in that I wasn't sleeping. I was almost sleeping when I started hearing, hey, what happened? Kilote. It is from Nigeria. So I decided to check what's going on. It is happening in Rivers State. Now, you are going to indulge me that when I start talking about this now, I may be going left, going right, then coming back straight. It is just for you to get yourself, like, really understanding what exactly this is all about. I mean, you need to know the whole story. It did not all start last night. So I opened my window, tried to check, what's that all about? They said, Wike has finally decided to replace the SIM card, SIM Fubara, his own Stooge that he installed. Like, I've seen people who have kind of supported their successor, okay? But when it came to that of Wike, the Obiakpo baby Hitler, some said it's baby Adolf Hitler or just baby Hitler, he decided to take it upon himself, okay, to what? In fact, remain the governor of the state. How? During the campaign, Sim Fubara, who happened to be the wanted accountant general of Rivers State, don't forget is that wanted guy by the EFCC over 425 billion naira Rivers State's money that could not be accounted for under Wike. They couldn't arrest Wike because of immunity at the time. So they went for Fubara. And what did Wike do? He camped Fubara inside the government house in Port Harcourt 24/7. EFCC couldn't go into the government house to arrest Fubara. So when it was time to choose who would be the governorship candidate of PDP in Rivers State, Wike printed one single form, and it was meant for Fubara. Everyone else that tried to challenge Wike around that time, they all kissed the dust. He was an emperor. At a point, people were asking if Wike was campaigning for third term, or there's actually another person running to be the governor, because it was Wike who was campaigning. Fubara was, whenever he was actually present, he was mostly like, just at the shadow of Wike. People had their concern. Okay, Wike succeeded. You know what he did? Wike should be in jail if Nigeria was a real country. You know what Wike did? He violated the same Nigeria law, violated and then, desecrated their electoral act. He was an emperor on his own. Every INEC official that tried to escape from his dragnet, some of them didn't live to tell the story. Those who are alive, the trauma will stay with them because they probably escaped death. But that is not the story. Of course, that's not the story. The story is that when the whole rigging was done, everything fine, Fubara was sworn in as governor of Rivers State. What Wike wanted to turn himself into is exactly what Tifnumbu succeeded in turning himself into in Lagos. How? I am not asking you to feel sorry for Fubara. No. Don't watch this broadcast as if to say the same Fubara is not a criminal, okay? That is benefiting from the procedure of crime, electoral crime. No, there is where this is going. Just relax. Continue to follow the drama you have been seeing all day since last night. They said when Fubara was sworn in as governor, he is pretty much just like a placeholder. Wike was made minister in Abuja, making him the governor of Abuja. Now, the governor of Rivers State has no full executive power and control. This may be shocking to you, but a lot of people projected it anyway. But a lot of people are also shocked that the same way Wike, how could it be so callous, selfish and greedy? I mean, like, what is this? Anyway, do not feel sorry for Fubara. People died because Wike wanted to make him governor. Did you understand? Remember that. Good. An executive governor of Rivers State, when Wike was their governor, right? He said, Amechi bought aircraft, private jets, for the usage of the governor. But the aircraft wasn't delivered. It was ordered from Germany. Now, when Wike came in, released the white paper on Amaechi's government of how Amaechi squandered over 300 billion naira of River State money, some of them used in funding APC, Egbekegbe, in 2014, 2015. This white paper was killed. Of course, Amaechi was never in any way, prosecuted for that. However, from the crime of Amaechi, there was a private jet that they said Amaechi ordered from Germany. Wike raised the alarm. But after raising that alarm, nothing was said of it again, because Wike took the delivery of that private jet sometimes in 2017. And he has been flying that private jet since then as the governor of Rivers State. Now, as a former governor of Rivers State, the new governor was supposed to choose his own cabinet, commissioners, advisors, be in charge of the private jets, in charge of the resources and the money, signing of money and all of that. No. From what Fubara's camp have told the world, they said Wike is still the one in charge of that private jet. It's parked there in Abuja and it goes everywhere it wants to. They also said, starting from chief of staff or to the governor, secretary to the state government, the key positions in Fubara's new government, 80% of them, including special advisors, were all nominated by Wike. And these nominations were even done before Fubara was sworn in as governor. When it comes to the local government areas in Rivers State, all of them were currently caretaker. According to them, they were caretakers appointed and loyal to Wike. So the governor of the state cannot sign any check above 50 million naira without the approval of the emperor. All of these were part of the conditions that Fubara did not tell anyone. Everyone within their camp were comfortable because Wike was a conqueror and he defeated, he put them there by crook and hook. So they must abide by those agreements. Do you understand? There was no noise until 3 months ago. Simply say 3 months after those agreements were in fact okay. So they said Wike will raise memo of billions of naira, of hundreds of millions of naira, and they will pass it on to Fubara. Fubara must not question it. He just needs to sign it and pass it on to whoever is going to release the money the first 3 months of that transition. To the point that some are even saying, except for once or twice, that Wike actually took or flew Fubara from Port Harcourt, from Rivers State, to Abuja on one occasion or two since he became governor. Fubara has never left Rivers State in the last 6 months since he became governor on his own. The governor's lodge in Abuja is still very much being controlled by Wike. The Rivers State Governor's Lodge in Lagos are still being controlled by Wike. Fubara is just governor on paper. So the murmuring was going on within them until 3 months ago when they said Fubara, for the first time, decided not to honor Wike's memos, financial memos. Wike can't sign anymore. It's not the governor. Part of the rumor is that Wike is still the one withdrawing money from Rivers State. Don't believe that. Okay? But what is actually practical in what I have picked is the fact that within that arrangement, a memo can be passed to the governor, either written or by call, and the governor just needs to sign it and release the money to the tune. Some said sometimes in the first 3 months, Wike will take up to 2 billion naira from Rivers State. Different pieces of money. Okay? 200 million, 400 million, 300 million, 500 million, this million, that million. And Fubara must sign them. They said Wike can take up to 2 billion naira in a month. Unfortunately, I would have loved Fubara, who suddenly is now vocal, is no longer shy. Throughout the campaign, they said he was a shy guy. He was a quiet guy. And quiet people can be dangerous. But with Wike had this plan, make I tell you. The plan was, if Fubara, for any reason, should violate their agreements, the State House of Assembly, 32 of them, were supposed to be 100% loyal to Wike. Sure you get. So all they have to do is to remove the governor and swear in the deputy governor that is ready to play ball. If that one also misbehave, they will remove him and put his own deputy as well. Do you understand that? So that is as simple, because they can't go to court. Wike is the pillar, part of the pillar that Tifnumbu is relying upon when it comes to those Nigeria Supreme Courts, Nigerian courts, and the rest of that. And so far, so good. Where Wike has gone rogue, did go rogue, to ensure that he delivered Rivers State to Tifnumbu. He also ensured that that Rivers State did not ever become a problem in Tifnumbu's tribunal case. Now, where Wike has delivered Tinubu, sure you get. So, therefore, where Wike needs to go and fix his own home. This is where people are now saying, don't be surprised. Tifnumbu, who is done with Wike, could actually allow the entire demystification of Wike by his own Stooge that he installed, and then to shock him and completely destroy him. He may just wake up more money and sack him. Now, Wike will have nowhere to go back to. This is just people making projection that this whole drama may not be without Tifnumbu's input. Just, you can say speculation. But others are putting pieces together and say this is not just happening by accident. Anyway, you are hearing the news now, but the drama started 3 months ago. So they can't use the tribunal or the court to remove Fubara. If they do that, that will remove him and his deputy. And the next person will be the APC, Tonye Cole of Amechi. So Amechi's camp, they will just benefit. The same Amechi camp that Wike believe that he has already retired them politically. They will never be anything anymore. Now, if he uses the court to sack Fubara by using rigging and all of that, to use the, that style of Anambra, Ngige, and the Uba brothers, and then what played out, that Obi became the winner. Sure you get, after 3 years. So, they don't want to do that. They want to use the House of Assembly. So, Fubara and their camp, because they have always been part and parcel of Wike's political camp, they themselves are not taking chances. So, last night, the Wike's camp, out of 32 House of Assembly members, 24 of them decided to play balls with Wike. Only 8 are supposedly with Fubara as at yesterday. So you see those ones who are with Wike, they discovered that the the leader of the house leader, is going to be loyal to Fubara. So they sat yesterday and they suspended him. So suspending people they believe will be loyal to Fubara is to pave way for the impeachment of Fubara. We don't know what happened. That was what woke me up when I was trying to sleep last night, the one I told you earlier, right? And I started hearing the noise. Hey, yeah, fire them, shoot that. Waiting. So when I finally got the hold of it, they said, it was almost earlier this morning. The drama, I'll take you through that too. This was what you can say the beginning. Let's start from here.
Rivers State over the worsening rift between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the immediate past governor, Nyesom Wike. The situation climaxed Sunday when reports emerged that there are plans to illegally impeach the governor. There had been rumors of a disaffection between Governor Fubara and Wike, now the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. An impeccable source at Government House in Port Harcourt said that since becoming governor, Mr. Fubara has refrained from taking actions that could damage his association with Wike. The source told Symphony News that the former governor approved most of the appointments made in the new administration. Pleading anonymity, the source said Wike, who has refused to let go of power despite serving for 8 uninterrupted years, is closely watching Fubara's financial dealings. The governor cannot sign out 50 million naira except it is tied to a project. The former governor still gives directives to commissioners to counter the governor's orders. The governor has not traveled outside of the state, either on official assignment or for informal functions, because the state-owned private jet is not available for his use. Some political appointees single-handedly picked by the former governor are monitoring him closely, the source said. Already, signatures are being collected from the State House of Assembly members clandestinely to meet the mandatory number required for the impeachment of a governor in Nigeria. Meanwhile, leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Edison Ehie, and a few other members of the Assembly are resisting the planned impeachment plot. On Sunday night, suspected thugs attacked the State Assembly complex, burning a part of the edifice. To avert a possible breakdown of law and order, the police have mobilized armored personnel carriers and armed operatives to the State Assembly complex. Meanwhile, a rights group known as Coalition of Democratic Vanguard, a unified group of concerned citizens dedicated to upholding democratic values, is issuing a strong warning to Chief Nyesom Wike and his allies, who are allegedly seeking to impeach Governor Fubara and Right Honorable Edison Ehie, the leader of the Real State House of Assembly. The coalition condemns any attempt to undermine the democratic process and urges all parties involved to respect the will of the people and prioritize the betterment of River State.
So that's just like a little bit summary. And you see the part of the assembly complex burnt, right? Now let me take you to why they had to remove the leader of the house by the group loyal to Wike and what transpired after. Take a look at this part.
Mr. Speaker, this morning I rise to move a very important motion brought pursuant to Order 12 and Order 28 of our standing orders. Mr. Speaker, the said motion is a motion to remove the majority leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Edison Ehie. Mr. Speaker, the motion is signed by 24 members of this Honorable House, and they are 1. Honorable Major Jack, Honorable Adoke Toyin Smart, Honorable Yenchi Prince, Honorable Enemi George, Honorable Granville Tekinari, Honorable Lolo Opwende, Honorable Igwe Afoji, Honorable Wami Solomon, Honorable Ofix Kaban, Honorable Silvanus Wankwo, Honorable Justina Emeji, Honorable Amadi Emilia, Honorable Barile Wanko, Honorable Arnold Davis, Honorable Chin C. Wankwo, Honorable John Dominic, Honorable Peter Abe, Honorable Gerard Ofoji, Honorable Ngba Bernard, Honorable Wabuchi Franklin, Honorable Nkenjika Ezekwe, Right Honorable Jumble Mao, Honorable Azero Opara, Honorable Ignatius Oginiba. Mr. Speaker, the reason for this motion is for inefficiency and ineffectiveness. Mr. Speaker, I so move. With your leave, Mr. Speaker, may I lay it at the table.
Colleagues, by the voting, those that voted in favor of the removal of Edison Ehie as the majority leader of this House, 23, abstention nil, against nil, By that result, Edison Ehe is now removed as the majority leader of the Rivers State House of Assembly in line with our standing orders.
That was the beginning. And sensing that the same Obiakpo baby Hitler with a wiki is his first step at getting Fubara. The State House of Assembly was burned down. We don't know who burned the place down yet. None of them has taken responsibility. Whether Fubara camp or with the weakest camp, they burned government property, public property that should ordinarily be an asset, a crime that people should actually go to jail for. You understand? But hey, they were making an attempt to make sure that the place is probably not useful. Meanwhile, make I take you back a bit. Who is Were Wike? Were Wike is a PDP member, 8 years, 5 years minister in Nigeria under PDP, 8 years governor of Rivers State under PDP, and today 6 months minister or 5 months minister under APC, Tifnumbu, but he's still a member of PDP. This was last year.
For you to remove this APC from power, see, my mother told me, when a madman flocks you, don't run. If you run, the madman will pursue you. If you flock you, take stick, but flog the madman. That the madman will, this is very painful. Then the madman will start running. This APC, they require people too, who will tell them enough is enough. And I'm that person that can tell them enough is enough. We must take this power. Power, they know the dashable. Do you dash power? Power is what? Taking. I'm ready to take it for PDP. And I will take it for PDP. No, if you're on the election, they know the dash power. Then they take power. All these people who want the election, if they support me. Don't do what? I've come out. I'm going to take this power from APC back to PDP by the grace of God. God has given us what it is, and that's why God is making APC to make mistake every day. That is how you know God is with you. So I'm begging all of you here, Abamoro, Suswan, Senator, spoke well, members, chairman, don't go and sell your vote. Don't go and sell your vote. Give me. Because I'm the only one that can have the capacity. APC people, when they hold meeting, they say, look, don't enter Wike's problem. They must enter. And when they have entered, I've captured them. Give me this to do. Let me return power to PDP. Thank you.
Nuisance Lele.
So that was Were Wike. But it is a different song today. Okay? So we are only going to be taking a little bit drop back in the past and then forward. So when this rumor of a planned impeachment of Fubara started flying, at a point, somebody actually asked Were Wike that, do you have any problem with your godson, the governor of Rivers State? I mean, like, you know, does he, after we are hearing things, something like that? And Were Wike said, I mean, do you expect him to serve me? He is expected to serve the Rivers people. This is also a flashback, ladies and gentlemen, when Were Wike is already a minister now.
Just turn against their predecessors in politics.
Yes, yeah.
Would you be worried if that happens to you?
Why? Is he serving me? Was he born to serve me? He was told to serve the state. The problem we have, or leaders have, is that look, you succeeded in supporting the person to be in office, right? What you did is it for him to fail or to succeed. You want you to come into your house to be taking orders. You want your wife to go into time, do this is what I want to do, not what. No. You see, once you have left office, you give yourself that respect. I say, I have done my own. If you want my advice, it's okay. If you doesn't want my advice, it's okay. But for me to begin from day to day, telling you must do this, you must do that, that is not acceptable. That's why people fail. They get, oh, you know, after I did this, see what you have done.
Okay.
It's one time to
Just turn against their predecessors in politics.
it is smoky Igbo.
Asimo. So, when Fubara and his own guys heard what the lawmakers who are now loyal to Wike, what they have done, they moved. Well, he moved. And surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, the Nigeria police, they started firing him tear gas, firing him with the water pressure stuff, right? And he is actually the governor with his own security, all of them there. So they can't take away, report him inside the government house in Port Harcourt early this morning. Here is Fubara, who is no longer shy.
They are attacking the governor of Rivers State. Governor of Rivers State under attack. Yes, the governor of Rivers State under attack. Nothing was happening to our governor. We still we stand. We still we stand. We still we stand. Nothing was happening to see. Nothing was happening to our governor. You're shooting us. You're shooting the governor. Shoot the governor. Fuck them up. Fuck them up. You kiss him. We start with him. We start with him. We start with him. It is there and never. The intimidation is too much. We die with him. Yes. They are targeting us. Oh, shit. Nothing must happen to Steve. We stand with Steve, Fubara. We stand with Steve, Fubara. Against the governor, shot at him, but the governor is David. This injustice must stop. Okay. Yeah, what I can say with please.
All men will not go inside.
Yeah, what I can say with please. This injustice must stop. This injustice must stop.
The one should notice.
Let the one see how they activated the governor. Let the one see.
Punish him. This is the people's governor.
Just let's leave it back. Let's leave it back. Let's leave it back. Let's leave it back.
We are resolute. We are determined. Yes.
We're here.
You cannot intimidate the sitting governor.
Please. Decorum.
Okay, I'm ready.
Your Excellency, you can see the carnage these people have done here. So,
let me say, the good people of Rivers State, it's very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate that we should be experiencing this kind of thing again. After about 9 years ago, when we had a similar experience. I got information, distressing information, very late yesterday. And I said this morning, I will come and see for myself. The truth about it, in our dear state, everybody who knows me knows I'm a peaceful person.
Yes.
I can never, for any reason, even if I'm aware that there is plot to impeach me for whatever reason, I'm not bothered about it. But I'm worried that a facility like this, that we used taxpayers' money to build, will be destroyed for selfish reason, just to please somebody. It's unfortunate. I'm calling on the security agencies. From what I've seen, the security agencies even compromised.
Exactly.
They were shooting at me. Directly. They were shooting at me. This operation was shooting at me directly. Yes. But it doesn't matter. Somebody will die one day.
Yes. I want to die with you.
I want to die. When people hear Fubara, they say, who is this Fubara? Is that man that was killed one time for a struggle? That is what I want to be.
You will not die.
I am not against anybody. I am not planning anything against anybody. Yes. But I don't know where all these things are coming from. Let it be put.
From River State this morning, and that was just the beginning. Remember, all of the political appointees by that guy were not by him. They were by his godfather, the Mr. Give Me Power.
For you to remove this APC from power, see, my mother told me, when a madman flocks you, don't run.
That's the madman, Wike, who made that guy the governor of the richest states in the south part of Nigeria, the Niger Delta region. And it's also the the second richest state in the entire Nigeria. It is an honeypot. Do you understand? And you see that guy who happened to be governor with the little circle of ease, but not with executive power as a governor. Now, he is now being told that you are the governor. Of course, there's always things like this, but you are still the governor. As long as you are still the governor, you have some power that can save you. Now, madness, then they take care of madness in this kind of case. So, don't say you to get chance, but the fact that you have access to money, you can get a lot of people on your side now. And I think that was why. Immediately they left that place. The people already heard the whole thing happening. Okay? They called their governor the second time. That same Fubara. Let's go back. We are going back to that status of assembly. Because they are going to, Shebi, the Wike's camp, they have removed the majority leader. So the speaker, who removed him, the deputy speaker, and all of them who removed the majority leader. You see the remaining 8 of those ones that are loyal to Fubara. Illegality. Now, illegality, they go fight illegality. That's what's going on, right? So, they themselves have now impeached those who are loyal to Wike. And they have declared they are also, right now, River States have at least 2 speakers. But when you speak to those who are loyal to Fubara, they will tell you, no, it's only 1 speaker. When you listen to those who are loyal to Wike, they will tell you 8 people cannot impeach the speaker. And everybody is kind of taking their position right now. So it is going to get messy. When the day finally broke today, a lot of people were on the streets. This time, they were on the side of the governor. I mean, of their Fubara. It's like a lot of them have their own pound of flesh to grind with Wike. Remember I told you, when he was moving about with his band sets, dancing here and there, I said majority of those who are laughing, who are gathering around when he's mocking himself at the time, majority Wike will be surprised that the moment is completely out of favor and no longer have access to power. The majority of those people can't wait to really tell him how they feel about him. So today, some of them were out like this. So they were out. Wike, go Abuja, oh. If rivers don't tire you, go Abuja, oh. Wike, go Abuja, oh. That was the people of Rivers State in Port Harcourt today. I mean, that was what was expected of a lot of you when either when the fake election result was being announced, okay, or when the Supreme Court of Judicial Bandits also legitimized the drug star, the drug lord, as your president. I mean, you could have come out like that, and the rest could have been history today. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, Abi. Fine. So they dragged Fubara himself back to the front of the whole sort of a crowd. We need to remind Wike, he is no longer the governor. Okay? And we are on your side. Please, so yeah, show the Equere Adolf Hitler. Oh yeah, pressing neck like that. So some people are like, Omo, no release your neck. I mean your leg from his neck. Oh yeah, press him, press him. You know what I mean? So they drag Fubara back again. Like I told you, Fubara no shy again, no, because his job or his comfort is on the line, and Wike will really mess him up if he gets removed or impeached. The what do you call it? The EFCC that has been looking for him, now they will put the whole thing on him and said all the money that was stolen by Wike with Fubara as his accountant general of the state, they will just say that Fubara stole the money, and he didn't steal the money when Wike was there. He stole the money just in 7 months, and that's it. Obiabi. So it's better you fight to finish. Some are even saying this was what Amber they should have done. That moment that it was about to be disgraced by Kolu, you remember in 2019, that he should have stood his ground, open the pause. Maybe everybody be thief there. Yeah, open the pause to those who wanted to be loyal to Tifnumbu and stand your ground. Maybe by today you will not have Escobar Pablo as your Ebola president. Anyway, well, there's probably nothing you can do about that. That's gone. This is now. So Fubara is fighting for his life. A lot of people believe that all of these things na shakarao. If Wike determined, they go get rid of him before Friday. I was like, is that possible? Say, are you kidding me? Wike is in Abuja. He has 24 people with him, 24 lawmakers. If Tifnumbu is on the side of Wike, all they have to do is what? Is to call those 24 people, give them soldiers and all of DSS, everything to guide them, special security, move them back to the State House of Assembly, any space there, let them sit down there. At that point, impeach Fubara. Immediately Fubara is impeached there, right? They will move all of them straight to Abuja. Right there, right then, there's going to be a chief justice, okay, that will swear in the deputy governor. Meanwhile, Fubara, within few hours, he will know. The majority of those who are saying we are resolute, we are with you, all of them will disappear like they never existed at all. We have seen it before. That is, if Tifnumbu is behind Wike. This is why I said, you see those who are saying all of this drama happening in Rivers State, they suspect Tifnumbu has a hand in it. So if Fubara succeeds, Tifnumbu will use the executive to pardon him and get rid of Wike. Because by then, it is obvious Wike will no longer be in charge. The guy will be. And I want all of you to remember something. Fubara is still in PDP. The party and political party in charge of Rivers State, they are still PDP. Wike is expected to move the entire Rivers State government and structure from PDP to APC any moment from now. So if there's a friction brewing, listen to this. One of the things they said really got Wike upset was the fact that Fubara told people in private that he's not going to fight people Wike is fighting. He's not going to inherit Wike's enemies. Okay? He's going to be himself and do his own thing without having to be enemies to whoever Wike is enemies to. On the day of his inauguration, they said people told him, don't say that. Wike will be angry. On the day of his inauguration, he invited Atiku to his inauguration that day. All of you know the story, their history. Abi, they said this didn't go down well with Wike. On that same inauguration day, Fubara said he's going to be a different person. He is not going to inherit anybody's enemy without mentioning Wike. All of this are just about 7 months ago. No, sorry. Just about 5 months ago, rather. Do you understand? So this time around, Fubara has now kind of come full circle. He has now sacked all of the chairpersons or chairmen of all of the local government areas in Rivers State, who he knows are loyal. They were loyal to Wike. Imagine being a governor and you are sitting at your own executive council meeting, and your own commissioner are telling you, when you are talking, they are telling you, no, that is not going to happen. And you ask them why, and they are telling you because the emperor is not going to be happy with that share you get. And you are the governor. They are supposed to be working for you. So he has now sacked almost all of them now. He has already sacked the chief of staff, which was also appointed by Wike. Now, these 8 guys, like I told you, they have also impeached the speaker, and they have appointed their own speaker. Day 1, oh, this is day 1, oh. Tomorrow is another day, oh. So Fubara's camp and their new speaker. Before I take you to where those crowd were dragging Fubara to help them send the message, the River State people will not be slaves to Wike somehow, as it is expected, Abi. But first, his next action is to, one, oh, they have not just removed the speaker. Part of their effort, they have also removed the Chief Justice of River State. Now, immediately the Fubara's camp impeached the speaker. They also announced the suspension of the Chief Justice of the state. Because if you want to impeach the governor, it is the constitutional right of the state assembly to start impeachment proceeding against the governor. So they will write him, his lawyers, they will write him and list all the allegations of impeachment. The governor will now get a lawyer. The lawyer will now come to the status of assembly, defend all of those things. That is like, the process. So then, if the status of assembly, if they are not satisfied with the answer provided, somebody will move a motion that he still must be removed. Now, if the House now votes that the governor is removed, he will be removed from office immediately. So when they are removing him, they will now order the Chief Justice of the state to swear in the deputy governor with immediate effect. So the removed governor can then go to court to challenge his removal. If the court says he was removed illegally, he will return back to office. But in the case of political impeachment in Nigeria, there is no ground for all of those evidence of impeachment. They just want you out. Usually, when they serve a governor impeachment notice in Nigeria, which is politically motivated, not because he committed that crime for real, they want his answer in 24 hours, because the following day, they are going to sit and they are going to move a motion to impeach him. And those in support are going to raise their hands. Whether he respond or he didn't, the politically motivated one. Okay? We have seen it happen many times. So what the Fubara's camp now did was, after impeaching the speaker, which means they can't sit and impeach anyone, they appointed a new speaker. That new speaker and the House now suspended the Chief Justice of the state, which is also illegal. You cannot suspend the Chief Justice of the state in your political drama. But she been a Nigeria demonstration of grace you have, Abi. They have done that. Illegality versus illegality. Let the best illegality win in an illegal country, a fake contraption where you can always see all these kind of dramas. So here is the new speaker for your own information.
Yes.
Please go back. Go on, sir. Ask him question.
Well, as you can see, the House just rose from plenary, and with all humility, I must thank my colleagues, 26 assembly members who have just elected me as the new Speaker of the 10th Rivers State House of Assembly. My commitment to Rivers people is that I will be fair, I will be just to all and sundry, and I will ensure that the rule of law takes its course. I will not betray my colleagues. I will not betray Rivers people. I will not betray my constituents. I will also ensure the independence of the Rivers House Assembly is adhered to with mutual respect to the judiciary and the executive arm of government. Everything due my colleagues, as honorable members, constitutionally will be given to them. And the honorable members that have been suspended, as has been published, which people have seen, will also be given fair hearing. The committee on information will publish their names, and the House has urged the House Committee on Petitions to give them fair hearing. Colleagues, the House has also adjourned Sinidai because the PASAN Parliamentary Association has served us a notice of indefinite strike from Abuja. So we can't sit again. Therefore, those that have any sitting after now will not hold water because they have given us an official notice, which is, received. And also, you have been told the people that have been suspended. So you have to work with that. Anybody, I tell people, the court is there. If you have any grievances, you can always approach the court.
That's the new speaker. Even though, like I told you, this is day one. This is part of what we have to deal with for the rest of this week, at least in earliest, yeah. So Fubara, following the people of River States that came to show solidarity to him and say, we are with you, you know what I mean? Sorry, there's a part I missed in the impeachment procedures of how to impeach a governor, okay? So, ma, retell you, okay? To impeach a governor in Nigeria, right? The House of Assembly have to raise the allegation against the governor. They will now serve him the allegation. They will now set up a panel, a sort of a panel within themselves, okay, to investigate those allegations. So they will call the governor and his own lawyers or whatever to come and defend those allegations, okay? Now, if the panel found the governor guilty of those allegations, even despite his defense, they will pass their results, okay? They will, report rather, they will pass their report back to the State House of Assembly. So if the panel says he's guilty, the State House of Assembly will now start the impeachment proceeding, okay? Somebody will move the motion, they will read the whole allegations again, and they will read the guilty verdicts, and then those in support say aye, those against say nil. So then they will pass on this, initially, when they make the allegations, right, you have the names of the members behind the petition, behind the impeachment petition or so, okay? So if they say out of 32 members, let's say 23 of them will sign the petition, except the speaker, they will sign it. So once the verdict says guilty, automatically, you have 23 already who signed it. Sometimes they try to buy them and see how many numbers they can buy from those 23 to change their mind so that they will meet the quorum, the 2/3. But if 23 out of 34, you've already met the quorum anyway. Abi, I think I'm not good in mathematics, but I believe you've met the quorum 2/3. Anyway, so that is when they will now announce the governor removed. But Fubara and those who are from Nigeria knows that that's a long process. Do you understand? Only one person can initiate impeachment proceeding against governors. And only one person can stop it. And that is the Godfather. Who make them governors. Just like elections in Nigeria are pure charades. They make people believe that they are electing their representatives. But people themselves know that they are not electing their representatives. Okay? So there are those who have captured those kind of institutions to determine, predetermine what an election result is going to be at the end. You know what I mean? So only the Godfathers will initiate impeachment and can stop it. And if they want it done within a week, there's no panel. The panel will come and deliver his judgment and say he's guilty and all of that. That's it. And it will be removed. So Fubara, like I said, fighting for his life, was with the people who said, we are with you, okay? And we must show with the wiki. And here is Fubara this morning.
We wake up this morning with a very troubling news. We have gone to the assembly to see for ourselves what has happened. On my way there, I was shot at directly by the OC operation, or DC, or whatever they call him. Directly, it's not. But it doesn't matter. Somebody will die one way or the other. Either you die inside your house or you die on the road by something. But so my journey today is whatever it is that wants to happen, let it happen. If Siminalayi Fubara is impeached, I am not the first, neither will I be the last. Hold on. I'm saying if it happens. But what is important is any attempt that is not justified will be resisted. Let them come out. And tell Rivers people, that offense that is what I want. Come out and tell the people of Rivers State that offense that Fubara committed that is warranting impeachment. So, but my happiness this morning is the people of Rivers State, represented by every one of you here, is with us. I can go home and sleep. Let me assure you people that we will continue to defend you people. We will protect you people. And you will enjoy the dividend of democracy. Let me thank you again. I don't want to say more than this. At the appropriate time, I will address the press. Thank you.
That's in Rivers State. I told you we're going to spend some time there. Well, I think we should just take a quick detour and go to Abuja. I know the drama in Rivers State seems to have taken a shine off other developing stories. Atiku has responded to the Supreme Court of Nigeria's ruling, which has now confirmed that crime is fine in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, make I tell you something. In case if you haven't heard, FBI is no longer releasing Tifnumbu's criminal record anymore. They said they will release records, okay? But any record or document that has Tinubu's name will no longer be released by the FBI. They are now trying to challenge that and say, we're not doing it anymore. They are not doing it anymore. And that's it. They said, it is not in the interest, in the good interest of the United States of America and Nigeria's relationship. So, if they have to release documents, they will remove every one of them that has Tifnumbu's name. So, qu'il y avait des documents chez moi. Do you remember when I told you that the level at which they are making everybody believe that to prove that Tifnumbu is a career criminal, everybody was waiting for, or they wanted to make everybody to be waiting for the validation of the FBI. Wait for the FBI. Wait for the FBI. And at a point, I had to call everybody's attention to say, come. Have you not noticed that they are changing the narrative of this your charade elections from the rigging, violation of your constitution, abuse of your electoral acts, and all of the things that were supposed to be fully cleared by your law court? They are now changing them to, forgery in the Chicago State University FBI record. I said, what if the FBI decided to release all of the documents of Tifnumbu and they redacted most of them so that we can't really read them and understand them? Unko? Do you remember when some people were saying that? How could they have about 75,000 documents on one man in America? And others were saying, how did he escape their radar? And then others are saying, are you sure Tifnumbu is not a CIA asset? For those who have been following Tifnumbu's journey, like myself, I am going to kind of be easily swayed to believe that, yeah, it could actually be their asset. Oh, don't rule it out. Oh, this guy was giving intel about other politicians to American ambassadors. And American ambassadors were transferring those intel back to the Washington. There were actually WikiLeaks records to all of that. But to become the president of Nigeria, and America is not worried that a former drug lord and all of that, you say, well, why should they be worried? If he is ready to let them have everything they want, whenever they want, and is ready to be on the side of America in everything America will do all over the world and their allies, even if it's going to be to the detriment of Nigerians. I said that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they don't drop the bombshell this morning in the US. We are no longer releasing Tifnumbu's criminal record anymore. Any record with Tinubu's name will no longer be released anymore, except for others. Who won't use others? Keep Jare, no kuku useful anymore. And the Supreme Court of Nigeria has legitimized it. It's now a waste of time. Nigerians have been told that it's all lies. The forger is not a forger. The drug dealer is not a drug dealer. All of these are just the talk of enemy. And that seems to have settled down well with a lot of Nigerians themselves who are willingly ready to call you enemy of Tifnumbu. Shebi Supreme Court has legitimized it. So who needs FBI anymore? Do you really need the FBI to validate what the mess you are actually into in Nigeria today? Do you need that? I don't think so. They will give you more reasons why you would have to fight for yourself without the CIA, FBI, DEA, and all of them's record. Because as it is right now, we would all have to be very careful. If you really want to be out, and then you should understand what is now involved in fighting Kolu. I need to say this not to scare you. Sure you get. Sure you understand that. So, in case if you think Kolu is a drug baron, and like me at the talker now, maybe na MI6 will come and chap my door. Maybe they will tap my phone now. Maybe, people who are supposed to go after criminals, they will begin to look at all of us because we are like troublemaker. You know too much. It is, but that guy in America, in the UK, he knows too much. Let us kind of know the type of people he's talking to. So if you want to criticize and you want to get, listen to this. If you want to become, what would they call that thing again? Not human rights fighter or anything. If you want to become an active revolutionist, I am begging you to understand that there are other things involved, okay? If you really want to, it is no longer about Tifnumbu anymore. It is about other vested interests. And if they see anything indeed that they believe is going to kind of affect their interest, they may begin to do small assignment for Tifnumbu. Can you understand? So be careful. If you want to criticize Tifnumbu and you also like to do owambe, any small thing everywhere, then they see you, you might need to cut it down. No? If you want to criticize Tifnumbu like Maiyegun, and everything about yourself, about your work, about your this, about your that, if you are not comfortable, if you are still under the control of other people, if there are still people who can make decisions that can affect your livelihood and everything about you around you, not fully independent, my dear brothers and sisters, think I'm well. I'm not scaring you. I am saying the people that you will likely think they will protect you from bad people who are going to be working under the radar to come after those they considered as the potential problems. Emi Maiyegun, I know I'm a potential problem. One day they go shut down my YouTube. Sure, you understand now. They will do everything to ensure that I am economically sort of crippled, so that I don't go get that strength to come for them. And if that one no do, they can use all the security everywhere. So I know that. And because of that, I also have my own safety net. So that if that should come to happen, I would have I'm kind of prepared. So I am saying this to all of us here, since Atiku now said, don't try. Make the rest of Funa go fight for your future. Fight for your life in Nigeria. Crime is crime now. It's no longer illegal. And all of that. So I want to take you to Abuja, where Atiku did the second world press conference. So I want to sign you. Have you caught Tifnumbu Were? Have you called him Jaga Addicti, Jaga Banditi? Let me tell you one secret that some of you may not understand, may not kind of be in the know of. You see, when you see the Lagos Abobaku telling me that you are next, they're going to arrest you soon. You know, I do tell them, I said, listen, let's be honest, okay? Me, I know how I go waka, where I go enter the trap of these criminals. I know that very well. But that doesn't mean I won't still provoke them to the point that I could be a target. So even if I'm going to be arrested or even killed, sure you get see. Now in Jesus' name, they will not kill, Baba, no worry about me. Nobody say I want me, then kill me. Sure you get. But for somebody like me, you know what I have discovered about being killed? Now, before they kill you, you go to fear. They want to kill you. But if they don't kill you, right? The women, where you say that. Now, people wait there here. Now, them go to describe your death, and some of them will be so heartbroken. No, you know, they'll be so sad. Oh, he doesn't deserve that. But you, go. Baba? God, no, they believe those Nollywood things. Where they say, you say emergency death, they just kill him, he die young. You can't waka for road, you can't see your dead body for ground, you are crying because you didn't die before your time. Baba, I'm not trying to challenge your religion. I'm just trying to let you know that for somebody like me, death is not the end. Death is not an end. For somebody like me, it is the it is a mean to an end. So that is why when I am still alive, I will use every breath in me to raise the alarm of the danger world or the dangerous world that we are living in. And if everyone is aware, maybe, just maybe, we can have enough of us that would come together, fight together, and make the world safer for me and for our children, just for posterity. Do you get? Personally, I have told people very close to me, I said, if I happen to be kidnapped by your criminal government who have kept majority of you in that contraption, that prison, sure you get, Now, if I happen to end up in their hands, okay, in my own way, I have told my people, I said, listen, These guys don't even have to torture me. They don't even have to beat me. If they have been following my videos all these years, 11 years, that is 11 unblemished, consistent, what do you call it, a message, never changed. All they have to do is to give me semo, give me, what's it they call it? Catfish, pepper, sort of a soup, fried soup, semo, and fish soup, semo. Then they should start playing every part of my videos where I have called Tifnumbu many names, where I have called Bokuwari many names, where I have actually heard myself, when I was so angry and I've said things. Because when they finish playing me all of that, I may go ask them, when are you going to execute me? So that I will just end this whole charade. You don't need to beat me. Like, just show me why you wanted me. Now here I am, and all of that. And now you go to ask me, say, what thing we will do for you? I say, Baba, at this point, if you feel good enough to kill me, great. You are justified. I'm glad that you watched my video. I'm so happy that you actually had time to watch all my videos. I am going to die happy. I swear to God, I've told myself. I have told people around me. Not because I'm going to actually go make myself a martyr. Take myself to them. No. I know what they are capable of doing. And I need to let you know that too. So that you don't begin to feel like, I went to Nigeria, Maiyegun, they arrested me at the airport. Can you believe that country? Why are you going to go to Nigeria when you want to be part of those who are awakening at the mind of the people to rise up and fight this scourge? Now you go to them, no cry. You don't have to cry. Just say, we go meet to part no more. So you should know what you're getting into so that you don't give an excuse. It is going to get so dirty. It is going to get so dirty. A lot of you who are here today preaching unity, whatever you are begging for, right? In the coming weeks and months, you will see the real monsters walking. So Atiku said, he don't do your own, no. And Nigerians go fight for their own and let the world help you. That's what he said. And I'm going to play you that before we continue. Don't go anywhere yet. This is the second part of the show.
My election petition appeal at the Supreme Court. In response, I said that as long as Nigeria wins, the struggle would have been worth the while. By that, I meant that the bigger laws would not be mine, but Nigeria's, if the Supreme Court legitimizes illegality, including forgery, identity theft, and perjury, as it has done. If the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, implies by its judgment that crime is good and should be rewarded, then Nigeria has lost, and the country is doomed irrespective of who occupies the presidential seat. If the Supreme Court decides that the electoral umpire, INEC, can tell the public one thing and then do something else in order to reach a corruptly predetermined outcome, then there is really no hope for the country's democracy and electoral process. Obviously, the consequences of those decisions for the country will not end at the expiration of the current government. They will last for decades. I am absolutely sure that history will vindicate me. We now know what the Supreme Court has decided. At critical points in my political life, I always ignored the easy but ignorable path in choosing the difficult but dignified path, the path of truth, of morality, of democracy, and the rule of law. I always chose freedom over servitude. Whatever the personal discomforts my choice entails. When I joined politics, the critical challenge was easing the military out of power so that civilian democratic governance could be restored in Nigeria. It later became a very defining struggle, and as one of the leaders of that struggle, I was targeted for elimination. In one incident, 9 policemen guarding my home in Kaduna were murdered in an attempt to assassinate me. I was also forced into exile for 9 months because of that incident. In addition, my interest in a logistics company that I co-owned was confiscated and given to friends of the military government. As vice president in the civilian government that succeeded the military, I, again, at great personal cost, chose to oppose the extension of the tenure of the government beyond the 2 4-year terms enshrined in our constitution. At the current historic moment, the easier option for me would have been to fall off and retreat after the mandate banditry perpetrated by the APC and INEC. But I went to the Nigerian courts to seek redress. I even went to an American court to help with unraveling what our state institutions charged with such responsibilities were unwilling or unable to do, including unraveling the qualifying academic records of the person sworn in as our president, and by implication, hopefully, who he really is. I offered that evidence, procured with the assistance of the American court, to our Supreme Court to help it do justice in this case.
And on and on and on. Then there is a part where he actually said, well, I've done mine. It's now over to you. Posterity will judge me. That we did our best to try to help Nigeria, but now it's over to you. Here is that part. I think I still have it.
Particularly during collation of results. Nigerians and the world also witnessed as the leadership of the INEC, especially its chairman, a National Commissioner for Voter Education, reassured Nigerians on national television multiple times that the use of that technology would be mandatory. Yet, that same INEC undermined the use of that technology during the elections and collation process and declared as winner someone who clearly did not win the presidential election. They then went further to take sides in the courts in a dogfight to defend their illegality. Who would convince the millions of Nigerians to vote in future elections after they suffered endlessly on queues to register to vote, to collect PVCs to vote, based on INEC assurances, only to see their votes stolen and given to someone they did not vote for? And as they do so, they should ignore whatever the law says and whatever assurances from the leadership of the electoral umpire about what the law says and what they would do in compliance. And they would do so knowing that our courts would approve of their behavior or at best pretend not to take notice of it. The third is that if you are robbed of victory, do not bother going to cause for redress, because your glaring evidence of the robbery will be ignored in favor of the mandate bandit. Yes, because we have seen it. Also, your lawyers, however distinguished and accomplished, may be ridiculed by the judges, who may also go out of their way to make even a stronger case for the so-called winner than even their own lawyers were able to do. We have seen it. These are clearly self-help strategies and actions bereft of the law and constitutionalism. Only lawlessness and anarchy will result from such, with violence, destruction, and implosion and loss of our country likely to follow. I believe that we still have a small window to prevent this from happening. We can rescue this country from the strange impostors that have seized it illegally and are holding it by the jugular. Let me caution that the leaders of those African countries that have completely collapsed into chaos never came together one day and agreed to collapse their countries. Rather, their countries collapsed because of the incremental and compounded individual and collective utterances and actions of those leaders. Nigerians know more about the person sitting in office as their president and how he got there, and the dangers that it portends for them and the country today and in the future. It is for them, especially the younger generations, whose future are to be shaped by that man, to decide what they want to do with that knowledge. Now let me give a historical perspective to the constitutional evolution that gave birth to the 1999 Constitution. In the build-up to the current democratic dispensation.
Don't worry, Atifu. We know everything that went in there and the role you play. So you are following that, Abi? Somebody said they called them mandate bandits. People will be sitting they sing on your pampas we shall shout. On your pampas we shall poo. On your pampas bola. On your pampas bola. On your pampas we shall be. Because it's actually mandates. They are now being called mandate bandits. So APC, Egbekegbe, is now accusing Atiku of inciting Nigerians against Tifnumbu. Drama plenty, but here is that part I actually wanted you to listen to. Listen to this part.
My own generation. So, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me make a few proposals that I believe will help. Listen carefully. We can urgently make constitutional amendments, and I'm happy members of the National Assembly are here, that will prevent any court or tribunal from hiding behind technicalities and legal sophistry to affirm electoral haste and undermine the will of the people. Our democracy must mean something. It must be substantive. Above all, it must be expressed through free, fair, and transparent elections that respect the will of the people. Firstly, we must make electoral voting and collation. Members of our National Assembly here present, we must make electronic voting and collation of results mandatory. We don't want to see any human being handling our results, whether at the polling units, at the ward, at the local government, or we should all be able to stay in our homes and look at the television as the television is putting our results. This is the 21st century, and countries less advanced than Nigeria are doing so already. It is only bold initiatives that transform societies. Secondly, our members of the National Assembly, we must provide that all litigation arising from a disputed elections must be concluded before inauguration of a winner. Please, I beg of you. This was the case in 1979. I don't know how we came to this present situation. The current time frame between elections and inauguration of winners is adequate to dispense with all election litigations. What we have currently is akin to asking thieves to keep their loot and use the same to defend themselves while the case of their robbery is being decided. It only encourages mandate and banditry rather than discourages it. Thirdly, in order to ensure popular mandate and real representation, we must move to require a candidate for president to earn 50% plus 1 of the valid votes cast, failing which a runoff between the top 2 candidates will be held. Most countries that elect their presidents use this 2-round tier system with slight variations rather than our current fast past the post system. Examples include France, Finland, Australia, Bulgaria, Portugal, Poland, Turkey, and Brazil, Argentina, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Namibia, Mozambique, Madagascar, and even Liberia, where a
70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord. Jesus.
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord. Jesus.
I will not allow you to. Help me, 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 help me. If they carry me, they go where I don't know. Help me, help me, help me.
So, Atiku had advice for everyone, and according to him, posterity will judge him. So, the APC, Egbekegbe, now responded by saying, Atiku is a sore loser. Oh, these guys are just sore losers. Like, Nigerians are behind Tifnumbu. And if you don't believe it, we'll send somebody to one of your TV stations. They can't answer. They can't go mistakenly send one Agbadomaiti or more. This is between us, so here you get. Don't tell anybody. If you have anybody that boldly says they are APC member or they support APC with their heart as a member of your family, emergency family meeting, no. But me need some kokon. If you have anybody, whether your baba or your mama is one of the APC people, I'm not joking, no. It is a mental disorder. Educated people will start sounding like Pangolo illiterate. Illiterate will be sounding like real shoko on colos. People will be saying they don't shoko. Drug, I don't know how to describe it. People are like, they are like completely off. So they mistakenly said one Agbado might enter arrest. Arrest television. I told you. I said go and write it. Before Tifnumbu, an APC Egbekegbe complete 4 years. You see that Rufai Oseni, he go exile or they go jail him. A lot of you will see things. Sometimes when I say things, a lot of you will, when you hear them for the first time, you're like, Maiyegun, that was not possible, Charade. Show monkey, show wine in mini. I always pray for long life and prosperity. I cannot guarantee that second one, but I always kind of believe that if I ask for long life for all my viewers, they will get long life. It is their lifestyle that will guarantee if they will get prosperity, because life is choice anyway. So, but yeah, I pray for you to have a long life so that you can live through everything Maiyegun said. And when they start manifesting, you will still be alive and say, I remember when you said this thing 3 years ago, Maiyegun. Maiyegun, you said this thing 2 years ago. There are people who keep my records here, even though I have the record as the diary here. So I always pray for my own viewers. Everybody who is viewing me, may God give you long life and prosperity. But like I said, I don't know how that second one will be, but I believe in God. I trust in God that you will have a good life and a long life anyway. Sure you get. They send Agbadomite to inside the Arise television, or be Arise News. The person called, they say, you are a liar. You are a liar. God will judge you. Let me talk. I'm not your mate, too. You know that I'm older than you. I said, Egbon, you cannot be lying on television because you think that, well, God knows anyway. I'll show you. Maybe you understand what I'm trying to say. If this one is somebody's papa, at least next time tell them. Professor Emma Lobenyemo. You know what we do in Yoruba? We say, Esa, Ejoma, Ejo, Emma di Benyemo. Why did you go there? Who advised you? Talo so quick and I thought I could. Emma try Emma de it's not a place you can just go anyhow. Don't, for your own sake, you know. Because look at this man. If shame has a name, is going to be speaking to you right now. If shame get name, I think I have a textbook definition for it. Listen to this. Oma Dijalai, well, we did 1, 2, 3, 4. As you are listening, 1, 2, 3, 4. It go from 0 to 100. Television.
Yes, this is not the beginning of hunger in Nigeria, but you'd agree, Mr. Onokpasa, that since the removal of fuel subsidy, life has been harder for Nigerians. You can look at the purchasing power, inflation rate. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Bola Tinubu did not remove fuel subsidy. That is a misconception. The law does not even allow you to pay fuel subsidy. That is the PIA Act. So we were paying since that act was passed, we were paying subsidy unlawfully. Then the previous government, which was comfortable with breaking the law with respect and paying the subsidy, only made provision up to, I think, June this year. There is this, I think, I believe we would have been in even far greater problem today if that subsidy had continued. It's not Bola Tinubu that removed subsidy, for God's sake. That is fake news with respect. The law says you can't pay subsidy. A president does not have a right to break the law. It is even the duty, the mandate, the obligation of a president to obey the law. You know? And then we have all this, you see this news cycle, we have been doing a lot of things with respect that are just totally uncalled for, unpalatable.
Okay, Mr. Onokpasa, I would like to come in here.
You know?
Mr. Onokpasa,
they are unnecessary. Totally unnecessary.
Mr. Onokpasa, I would like to come in here.
Rufai.
Mr. Onokpasa, my name is
how are you?
My name is Rufai Oseni. And first, patriotism means...
How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you two?
You say?
How are you two? How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Good. Okay. Patriotism means supporting your country at all times, but also supporting the government when they deserve it. Mr. Onokpasa, I put it to you that you came here to misrepresent the facts today as regards subsidy removal. President Tinubu announced subsidy gone on Inauguration Day. and that was effectively pulling out subsidy. So you say he didn't remove subsidy, quoting the PIA law that had been there for a while, is misrepresentation of the facts. That's number one. Number two, since President Tinubu got in... Let me finish, Mr. Nokpasa. Let me finish, please. Secondly, since he got in...
Don't raise your voice at me, young man. Don't raise your voice at me.
Let me finish, Mr. Nokpasa. Let me finish.
I'm your guest.
So, since President Tinubu got in...
respect me.
Since President Tinubu got in,
I will
the
walk out of
economy...
your studio if you raise your voice at me.
Mr.
Talk
Nokpasa,
to me respectfully.
you may will take your decision if you want to. I'm asking a question. You might decide to walk out if you want to. Mr. Nokpasa, since President Tinubu came in, the economy has tanked. It's at an all-time low as we speak.
It has not.
Let me finish my question. Mr. Nokpasa, let me finish my question.
You are a liar.
Mr. Nokpasa, moderate yourself, all right? Moderate yourself.
Do you know what you are doing?
Good.
Listen to me.
Secondly,
do you know what you are doing?
Since President Tinubu came in, the economy has tanked.
You are pretending to be a journalist.
The indicators are there.
What is the matter with you?
Since he came in, the indicators are there. Number one, the cost of the dollar to the naira.
What is the matter with you?
The cost of the dollar to the naira has tanked tremendously as a result of the fluctation of the currency. All right, that's one.
Is that Tinubu's fault? Don't you know why naira tanked?
I'm still asking my question. Secondly,
it's been because of your friends.
Because it's been an all-time malaise in the economy as we speak. Cost of living gone up tremendously. All right, and things are really, really south for the economy. So, in all of this, it's been a slopey downward spiral. What would you have to say about all of this, Mr. Nokpasa?
Thank you very much for that question, Rufai Hosseini. Please, Dr. Ruben Abati and my adorable in-law, Mrs. Maiyegun, does anybody have a more reasonable question for me to answer? Because I am not dignifying that insulting question from Rufai with a response. I am not.
Mr. Nokpasa, I will see that you're bailing on my question, and it's all right. It's all right for you to bail out if you don't want to answer it. But
I'm not evading your question. Listen,
please Rufai, answer it if you can.
Rufai, listen to me. This is not animal psychology. It is law. Okay? If you want to be a journalist, you can be a journalist. And you should learn the ropes for those ahead of you.
Mr. Nokpasa, answer my question.
My mate. You can never.
Mr. Nokpasa, answer the question. Dignify yourself. Mr. Jegu says that dignify yourself and answer the question.
My God.
Dignify yourself
Please,
and answer the question.
Can we have peace?
Dignify yourself and answer the question.
Can we have peace in the studio?
My God.
Can we have peace?
What's wrong with this badly brought up little boy?
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Did you see the query? Mr. Olapasa? You see them? First, they will come out, they will boldly want to lie to you. When you begin to present them with facts, they will turn it into argument. The person where they raise voice, they talk, say somebody else, where they talk slowly, ask question, is raising voice. Don't raise your voice at me. They will scatter it. It is a technique. Foolish people, okay? Foolish people who want to appear intelligent, right? They have a line. It's mostly lies. So once they use that line and you begin to ask probing questions and you are presenting facts afterward, they go turn them to fight so that they won't be able to answer your question, okay? So you won't say they gave wrong answer, okay? It is a technique used by fools. And there are many in Nigeria. Imagine somebody will be foolish enough, somebody who is intelligent among the foolish people. That is now the most intelligent foolish person, representing the horde and army of foolish people in a country that need help. Imagine this. Just imagine that for a minute. They go turn out to fight. Then they will start calling on government to deal with you. You don't have respect. Somebody is asking you a question. You are talking to them as if to say, you are not my father. Listen, if I am sitting down here, okay, you don't talk to me and tell me, because you are an old person, you don't tell me that I have to respect you simply because of the way I ask you questions. If you come onto my program, you may be a Methuselah. If I ask you a question, you answer the question or you get the hell out of here. But you see, foolish people who pretended to be intelligent people, they go turn on to fight. Am I your mate? Don't you have any respect? Were you not brought up properly? Why are you asking me that question? That question is bigger than you. You are just a small boy. And all Mr. Olapasa. That's what they do. He came with his life prepared. He can't do mistake, enter Arise News. Maybe na Arishe News or Arishe Radio. Abi Arishe Television in Oyo. That was the invitation he thought he received. Because I bet you, if that guy knew he was actually going to the Arise News, he would have rejected it. You know, it's like they say, okay, you are invited to our morning show, Arise News. The way they saw Arise, he thought maybe it's Arishe News. Maybe one small room news somewhere, you know. When they turn on the camera, he saw Rufai in front. Say, is this not Arishe News? They say, no, it's not Arishe, it's Arise. 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 Is that Rufai? They say, that's Rufai. Jesus. That's the beginning of the problem. You remember Olisa Agbakoba? The one that was reprobating, approbating. Don't ask me the meaning. It's just mean the word and opposite. Okay? Betin be something that is like a fuming. Apro, repro. Sure, you understand? Don't ask me the further meaning. Shasha, you know. He go say yes this morning. He go say no in the evening to the same thing. Olisa Agbakoba. Instead of jam Rufai inside the Arise News again. This time around, the conversation is about morality. And those who are trying to shut people up from asking questions about this druggie, that all of us would have to go everywhere with that tag of a narco state. Certificate forgers, your press idiot. We're going to have to live with that until it is no more. So Agbakoba that was asking people to move on, jam Rufai. So, you know, when the two things jam again, guess who actually eventually banned? Now, Agbakoba. I mean, you can lie, you can do all those things, but when you get faced with facts, the moral thing for you is to accept those facts and bury all those your innuendos, all of those your make-believe, and every other kind of a trajectory that they are trying to, or narrative they are trying to push. I'll show you that one too. It also happened inside that same studio. Arishe News, no, Arise News.
The current president and the CJN, all of them came together and agreed that we need a new system, and it worked. And that's why today you have the Lagos judiciary at the top of things in Nigeria. That is the sort of collaboration I'd like to see. I'd like to see my dear friend Lateef Fagbemi play some sort of strong role. And the point you indicate about, is there something that can be done to collaboratively? The executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Because if we leave this thing to the judiciary, I don't know what will happen. Okay. The report of the valedictory speech of... Yeah?
Go ahead, finish up, sir, before I put the impeach.
You're going to say...
No, go ahead, finish up.
No, I was going to say this valedictory speech of Justice Owaifo is 20 years old, and there have been several. Now, Datijo's speech has just come out. So when will we get to implement? That's the big question. I don't have the answers.
Okay, so I have the answers for you, sir. And I'll tell you what you guys have been doing all this while.
Thank you.
What you all have been doing all this while is what we call strategy. But to be able to get the answer, you need culture. That's the part all of you have missed all this while. So when you say the Supreme Court is toxic, you are saying the culture is toxic. And this is the hard work. Maybe we should now start introspecting on how we can build culture. What you wrote, Dr. Justice Dahiru's paper, is strategy. It's not going to work. Because culture will eat strategy for breakfast. So probably now is the time to now have the cultural conversation. Because everything human beings do is couched around culture. A systematic way of life that you become accustomed to. You wrote a fine paper as regards bringing technology to hasten speedy delivery of justice. You said Justice Aloma Mukhtar threw it away. She doesn't have the culture of technology, didn't you get it? So she was never going to implement it or look at it in the first place. So can we take out from here having the culture conversation, which spans over decades, over the years? Is this something you want to start couching in your conversations now? Because we can write documents from now to thy kingdom come. I'm sure you've written tons of them. And it's never going to work.
Yeah.
Isn't it time to look at the culture conversation?
Well, you see, Rufa, good point. Good point, except that I have no power. You know, I'm just looking down the list of, Nigerian CJs. I see Justice Stafford Foster Sutton. He was the only white man. Culture was there. They understood. My dad never received a visitor when he was the chief judge of East Central State. That was the culture. You just don't mix. That was the culture. Then you had Adetukubu Ademola. Culture. Then you went on to who? You went on to Taslim Elias. Culture. But Daniel Alexander, Fatai Williams. These were the guys of culture.
But look at the culture today.
Slowly it broke down.
It's broke down. Look at the culture today where
that's the problem.
The CGN speaks in a dinner organized by politicians. And we saw it. Well,
who do you blame? I agree with you, Rufai. But who do you blame? Are you blaming me for that? It is not possible. The culture has to return.
Yeah.
The point you made is good. What was it that told my dad after coming home from work that he sits at home and he doesn't go anywhere? It was the culture. There was that.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you.
And I love those two engagements, by the way. So I decided I was going to share them with you. When I saw them, I was like, well, that's kind of like, thought-provoking for those who can think how things just go from bad to worse and worse and worse to terrible and to complete ignominy. It's going to take the culture of impunity, the culture of corruption. And at the end of the day, you have a society of depressed, repressed, and oppressed citizens who are screaming. I'm sorry if you don't understand Yoruba, by the way. I have one for you. While others are screaming out, calling out the criminals in government. Emilokon. He don't touch everybody already. Now, this guy was being loud. Another person, another terrestrial power in the disturb inside the same Nigeria. Here is one. I'll show you the second one.
See, more talk about that one. What about the cat? You know we said the truth. APC government for this country na shit. Why you go buy cement? Cost. Why you go buy rice? 70,000. Share money out. Yawo letan baso nítorí oúnjẹ. Kan ba fi le oúnjẹ jẹ. Come ba fi le oúnjẹ jẹ. Ìwọ tó bá fi le sọ̀rọ̀ against video yìí. Olo baye rẹ jẹ́ pẹ̀lú àwọn tó bá ní ni. Ikú oró lẹ kú. We are suffer. Ola ko wa ni la fi le sọ̀rọ̀. Àwa ń jẹun ebi ò pa wá la fi le sọ̀rọ̀. People are suffer. A lot of people are suffer. Ayé yóò ní dáwọ́ ebi pa àwọn èèyàn. Ibẹ̀ làwọn senator they are doing meeting. Senator won't buy car for 160 million. For what? 1 million because the road no good. They won't buy car. Who they do road? No be serious when they do road.
They give them road.
We are going to enter streets. We are going to block everywhere. Nigeria they suffer. Now APC we do. We fought for APC. We campaign for APC. But we are suffer. Anything we want to talk am. Now Almighty God, Almighty Allah will punish all of you.
Inshallah.
We are suffering. People are suffering.
Regardless of the party,
People cannot do anything for this country. Now something they won't kill us. What happen? Each of you, because of politics, I know that you comment or you talk about this video. Anybody of you will talk bad about this video. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Kilo day. Our parents will suffer. All our parents are suffering. Food are cost, everything are cost for this country.
My
God will punish you guys. What did happen? We are going to enter street. If you want to kill anybody, anything you want to do for country, kill us. Somebody are killing us before. Oppression are killing us before. Depression are killing us before. So it's better for us to carry gun. Give them. Or not by any policeman give gun. Make a clean youth. They are full. How much the salary? Policeman, how much you are collecting? Your parents and your children are suffering. See, more talk about that one.
Àtisebo, àtisete, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisete, tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́, àtisete, kágbàdé fálárè, àtisete, kágbẹ̀dé fálárè, àtisete, adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó, àtisete, òdìlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò, àtisete, èdò gbówó ń tẹ́. Àtisete, ìyà ń jàrá àlú, àtisete.
Ìyà ń jàrá àlú, ó ń pẹ́, àtisete, àtisebo. You go enter street o. Afa they tell you say ogun ló máa pa gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá. If you see anything under this video, people are suffer fa. Omo, it's true. People are suffer. People are actually suffering. And he's right. People are suffering. Everybody is suffering. Offer till learning. You see that my guy? Look at him. You get small data tonight. That's good. You are here. Welcome to the temple. Before you leave. Person we talk say he want what do they call it? He want take my tears. Drink Gary. The guy they beg for money to buy Gary now. My tears, my tears. You know, my tears is here for everybody to drink Gary with it. But the problem now is that a lot of them can no longer afford Gary. So if you want to drink tears, it's salty. You know, say tears get salt, kind of salty. Oh yeah, I told you, put your cups or bucket in front of that your device. Yeah, put it in front of your TV. It go soon full. You go take and drink Gary. Cook rice, cook everything. Somebody said, obedient, they have gone back to their place of work. Okay? Like, they know they are not expecting anything from these criminals. They did their best. Majority of them have now returned back to their jobs. Okay? And their lives. Trying to get on. Now, the people we talk say, they go make Ujuhima bo. Una go get bruised face. Kolu is going to be your president for 8 years. Now them can't they scream most now. In the other part of the place, so some people know they disturb Tinubu anymore. Now God that they drag with them. Oh, this video is very funny, right? So people will be say Nigerians, they are the type that sort of love to fight for God, by the way. Or we love to fight for God. We can tell you what God could do to you because of what you are doing secretly. God just told me now that you. Una go soon see waiting you they look for because God they tell me say you go soon see waiting you they look for. I don't know waiting you they look for. Or you go even see waiting you know they look for self. Just be careful in a way. Nigerians are those that have made themselves special advisor to Almighty God. Okay? And some of them are actually, right, the logistic managers for Hellfire. Some are also working as what do you call them? They are working in the ministry of heaven. So they are staff of the ministry of heaven. So they know if you're going to go to heaven. My dear brother, you are going to hell. Because they know. Unfortunately, they spend so much of their time in fighting for that God. I was talking to somebody, I don't know, I think it was yesterday or today, okay? And it was, yeah, I remember now. It was myself and Agbeke, because of this video I'm about to play you now. She was like, but that's not normal. I was like, what do you mean it's not normal? You better be careful. When you listen to Nigerians making demand from God, fear go catch you. Heavenly Father, I am going to turn 35 next year. I have not bought a car. Lord, I have not built a house. Father, Lord, what am I doing with my life? 2024, you must answer me. I need a car. Lord, I need a car. Lord, I need a house. Lord, I need a job. Father, Lord, I need a son. Father, Lord, I need a wife. 2024, I shall not be single in Jesus. I need a husband. Those are demand. And she was like, really? Oh, no, because they born you for Scotland, we say no be the time whether they fight war anymore. So you won't understand. That people they pray, say, Father Lord. When they reach, when they come down from the public transportation, right? Before they approach their house, they will be telling God, Father Lord, as I'm going to house tonight, dear Lord, let there be light. Father Lord, I pray that, God, I pray that when I get home, the NEPA would have brought light. Heavenly Father, I pray there will be water. Father Lord, I pray that somebody would have washed that toilet. It is so natural to us. Yeah. She was like, really? I was like, oh, Benny, wait, may I play you the video? You will go understand. Say, that is why majority of the prayer point of many Nigerians, when they are no longer in Nigeria, some of them don't even know how to pray anymore. What do you want to pray for? Father, Lord, I pray that my Oga should promote me. Why? Why are you praying for Oga to promote you? Father, Lord, I pray that there should be electricity. You demand in here, be share. Or may I play you that video? May I not keep you waiting too much?
Yes, this is what we pass through almost every night. This is supposed to be a neighbor, just like the next building, and people in this our own building, we don't sleep. That is it. Nigeria is ranked as the second most prayerful nation. This is what is prayerful. Screaming and disturbing your neighbors. This is what we see. Look at the time. It's past 10, chasing 11. People want to rest. But look at that. That's it. The next building. But people in this building can't sleep because not everybody is a heavy sleeper. You know, some people are just light sleepers. So with this, you can't sleep. Nigeria is second most prayerful nation, and this is it. You can see. Yes. So the person praying over there does not even consider the neighbors. How about the neighbors, those in the next building? So they shouldn't sleep. Yes, Nigeria, second most prayerful nation in the world. Well done. Of course, if it's in the Western world, this man will surely be arrested. If not for anything, for disturbing public peace, disturbing the neighbors. That's just it. It sounds simple, but that's it. But here in Nigeria, yeah, it's spiritual, so you don't talk. Otherwise, you'll be seen as Antichrist. Well done, Nigeria. That's the building. You can see everywhere is dark.
Now everybody, they mad. So I told Agbeke, I said, You see, as that man, they pray, an average Nigerian is conditioned, okay, to believe that you no understand the type of battle that man is fighting spiritually. An average Nigerian believe that that man get serious spiritual battle, and he needs to pray hard to break the yoke. That some of them believe that they have generational curses on them that will make them either never to be successful in life, never to be successful in marriages or relationship. Some of them believe that they have been cursed, okay, never to do anything good. And once the pastor says, now that curse they worry you, but you go need to really pray hard though. So you go come be like person. God damn it, man. Imagine fighting the spirit they told you is disturbing you, but you don't see the spirit. But you just have to know, when you pray hard, you go know when the yoke is broken. And people believe that. So I told Agbeka, I said, even till year 2100, educated people will say, now because say you dey abroad, you talk like this, Maiyegun. Let us leave that one alone, Charade. Generational causes dey, Maiyegun. Forget all these things while you are talking because you are abroad. That's why you are talking like this. People have told me that many times. And I'm not here to convince you. I don't know which kind of condition they don't condition your brain. But I just wanted to kind of open them up for a while. You may be healed and you may become normal enough that you will never be the victim of your own fear. Do you understand? So the point that some of them, they will tell them to kill their children in order to break the curse, break the yoke. All of these things in the Western world, they are mental health problem. You go to psychiatric hospital, they go, they check you. You don't understand? So I told Agbeka, I said, if you say this, if that guy goes out and say, you are disturbing us, they will automatically believe that the devil that they are fighting has left their house and entered that guy. That guy is against God. He has evil spirit in him. That is why he can't sleep when somebody is praying, because he's evil. I said Nigerians, majority of them are conditioned to believe that. And there's nothing, absolute nothing that you can say that will make them change their mind. Look at the darkness everywhere. If you are living in darkness, you are bound to live all your life in hallucination. If you don't know this, I have practicalized it on MaiyegunsDiary Politico before. Close your eyes. Deeper. Now, as you're watching me right now, I'm serious. I'm serious. Close your eyes deeper. Look away from the light. Close it. Close them like that. Hold that closeness of that your eyes. Just listen to my voice. Don't open your eyes. Hold them together for straight 30 seconds. Don't open the eyes. Then open your eyes. But before you do open that eyes, that longer you hold that your closed eyes, you begin to see the void where everything is just dark. Maybe with a bit of a light of light going through that dark in that shade of that your closed eyes, right? That, if you close your eyes like that, imagine you being locked up in a complete confinement where everything is dark, pitch black, okay? And if you stay longer, you will begin to see images. Yes, that darkness will begin to form images. If you stay longer, you see those dark images that are they'll become real. They will have face. Whatever you can project them to be. If you want them to be monsters, in that darkness, they will look like monsters with shiny eyes. This is exactly the life of Nigerians, living in darkness 24/7. Ladies and gentlemen, you are going to be full of hallucination. You don't need to believe me. Ask your brothers and sisters who left Nigeria with you. I mean, are you not asking them now that, Kingsley, are you still praying? I hope you remember all of your prayers, Kingsley gets a job shifty. If Kingsley managed to come back from work, he will be too tired to get some rest and get himself ready for his next day shift. When Kingsley was in Nigeria, he was working, of course, but even though he was working, he was still struggling. Because somehow, it will never be enough in an economy that is already sabotaged by the criminals. Now, Kingsley has to pray so that the little he is making in Nigeria is not completely taken away from him. He's afraid of losing his job. He's afraid of losing his income. He's afraid of so many things. He's afraid of going back to the lifestyle he was. So he kept praying. Pray, enemies everywhere. You know, when you are in Nigeria, the moment you begin to make some little money, people will remind you that enemies everywhere. Yeah, you say you begin to believe there are enemies everywhere. They want me to begin to work again. They want me to sell my car. They want me to be sick. They already put all of those things in your head. But the moment you leave Nigeria, it will come be like, say, you enter light. All the thoughts about the darkness, about somebody doing this to you, or somebody, they will begin to disappear. You become somebody who is now worrying less and less. Your worries are now about your job, your aspiration, and whatever you want to do with your life. After leaving that darkness, you go out. You go out inside darkness. You come out of the bus. As you're about to cross the road, you see one big, massive pot. Now what? Now sacrifice. Who can put sacrifice for this place for 10 o'clock in the evening, for goodness sake? Person go wake up in the morning. Now sacrifice, you go see at the, what do you call it? Orita Meta. You dey come back. Now can do. Now where people we don't bath on the road. Which life be this? Then you are in a place where you don't have to worry about them, but concentrate more on what you want to do with your life. And suddenly, you are no longer praying so much. Kingsley, are you no longer, I can see that you're no longer praying like before. How do you know? You are still in Nigeria praying for the same thing you have been praying for. They have been praying for before them born you. Better road, good hospital, good school, jobs, electricity. Before them born you. A lot of you are in your 30s right now watching me. 30s, late 20s right now, okay? And you are still there in Nigeria. You are praying for the thing your parents were praying for before them born you. Kingsley left Nigeria 10 years ago. He was praying like you. Today, you are still praying for good road, for good hospital, for good schools, for electricity, for good jobs, for safety, security, for good leaders, not corrupt people. You are still praying for that 10 years after Kingsley left you. Now you're asking Kingsley, are you still praying, my brother? You know you need to be very prayerful. This world is war. We came to fight war in this world. Baba, you are talewa jawo. You are jawo, spiritual war, I've discovered that a long time ago that about just spiritual war. Ti war about physical. Any other thing there na innuendo. To ba show off when come to me physically. But if you still believe that you have to go somewhere and call my name, I call you today. Wherever you are, oh yeah, your spirit, Maiyegun, your spirit, oh yeah, you know what I mean? I call your spirit today, Maiyegun, yeah, come here. One more, I want to teach you. Baba, you are joking, no? You are deceiving yourself. You understand? You are deceiving yourself. You will need to come physical. If you really want to care, if you really want to touch Maiyegun, you will have to make it physical. And don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong. I am from Ijebu. Our no man begilere. Our man build orisha lati leni. Do you understand? We build deities. We build orisha. We call it orisha. We will build it. We will mold it. The one that we have to mold, we will mold. The one we have to carve, we will carve. We will do what is called the shele. You see this orisha? Now your own be that to Maiyegun. Give it name. Oh yeah, give it name. Eshu Maiyegun. Eshu Maiyegun. So Eshu Maiyegun, Reo. Everywhere they are coming after Maiyegun. They are coming after you, Eshu Maiyegun. Anybody that is coming to coming after Maiyegun's children, Eshu Maiyegun, now you then they fight. Anyone that is looking for Maiyegun's death, when they try to kill him, let that same death kill hundreds in the household because now you issue Maiyegun, now you the one kilo. Anybody that is looking for the downfall of Maiyegun, Omobadero, you issue Maiyegun. It is you they are fighting. That day they will say, Maiyegun, what do you want to be given as a sacrifice to your own deity? And I will say, well, if my Orisha is active enough to defend me and I can feel it, I will start with a goat every year. If it serves me well, I will change it to a cow. We dey do am for Ijebu, so no come here, come they tell me, say, am I go Ogunwa or church with any? Most of it, if na doubt Ogun, whatever it is, to wa jogun to wa jani, face it. But you know something? When it is not physical, on ton ara any. That's why nobody should condition you to believe that there's something after you. I know, I'm not trying to convince you today. I will give you time. And if you are still watching me from Nigeria, everything I am saying right now is just, you're Maiyegun, forget, because you the UK. Of course, it is because I'm in the UK. But must you be in the UK before you can actually liberate your minds and yourselves, right? Fighting for God and living your own fight for God to come and fight for you. That doesn't seem smart to me. It seems stupid. Yeah, stupid. And you may not like it, but it is true. You are champion to fight this for God. Powerful things that can actually destroy all of us. But yet, when it is time for you to fight for yourself, you say, we leave it for God. My will leave it for God. God will judge them, Maiyegun. God is not judging them. The person that escaped from prison in Bayelsa, you remember that guy that escaped from prison in Bayelsa? Then came out to say, well, you cannot lock me up in prison when I am fighting for my people. Do you know what the guy did? He's the deputy governorship candidate of APC Egbekegbe in Bayelsa State. They have election next month. Also, now the guy escaped from prison. You know what he did? The guy put on a military camouflage, then got few other people, and he now attacked an oil installation in Bayelsa. He was arrested. They disarmed him, arrested him. They now charged him to court. Court now said he should be remanded in prison. Baba, he break out of prison. He broke out of prison. They say, that's illegal. How can you break out of prison? They say, why would they keep me in prison when I'm fighting for my people? Okay. So what next? I'm going to be the deputy governor of Bayelsa State. Away. Now prison break person won't be deputy governor. He no deny him. The guy don't give moral booster to those who are going to make him deputy governor by next month. Well, if they actually make him a deputy governor, because when APC, if they succeed in rigging their own counterpart PDP, right, in Bayelsa, now this guy could be deputy governor. Person will break out of prison. Iluye, Niger. Whoa, Otiton. Now the guy is telling them, listen, all these people, if they do anyhow, opposition, if they do anyhow on that election day, chase all of them until you chase them enter ocean. If they go die inside ocean, they won't be the first person to die inside ocean. Person will break, prisoner, will break from prison, we won't be deputy governor. You don't give motivation to those who won't be deputy governor over. Listen to this.
Our honest, let's be prepared. On the 11th, don't joke with anybody. If anybody misbehave for 2 plus, just I go enter the scene making die. Another year, just I making die. After all, not be the other person will be the first person to die. So let's prepare and let's show them that this time around, one will take it. We are taking it for final, no court movement. No court movement. Our honest. Let's be prepared.
It is smoke Igbo. It is take Indian.
She country le ya besun won Okay. I kind of have more, but I'm going to wrap it up. Wrap it up, baby. Wrap it up, man, because this is going to be our first broadcast when the time changed. Okay. So if you are always joining me from Nigeria or anywhere. Okay, hang on. Let's do it this way. Now, MaiyegunsDiary Politico, okay, is going to be 1 hour ahead if you are not in the UK. Right now, if you are joining me from any part of the world and you are using Nigeria time, you know 8 p.m. used to be 8 p.m. UK, 8 p.m. Niger. That has changed, okay? Niger is now 1 hour ahead of us. So what that simply means is that when it is 8 p.m. in the UK, it is actually 9 p.m. in Niger. Now, what you need to do is this. Just add 1 hour to the time you normally join to watch Maiyegun every night. Just add 1 hour to it. Okay? And that simply means sometimes we may not take calls because by the time we spend the first 2 hours of the broadcast, yeah, to those who are watching from outside the UK, especially from Nigeria, it would have been midnight. By the time we finish by the time we finish our 3 hours, it would have become midnight in Nigeria. But apart from that, I will give you this first night as us getting ready and getting used to it. So thanks to those who actually stood by and were here all along, okay? So it simply means 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Niger time. Change your time, just as I've just announced, okay? Because according to Kolu, for some reason, they said, Bajabia Mole, Bajabia Moron, the chief of staff to Tifnumbu, is a coded multi-billionaire. It's not from all of the other loot he's made money from. These are the fresh business they opened for him. To get an appointment from Tifnumbu, you will need to part with some money up to $1 billion, $1 billion naira for Bajabia Mole to give you an appointment. There has been some mishmash, wish-wash appointment that has created some scandals in the last few months too, okay? And because of this, they say some people are already pushing. Make Tifnumbu send them away. So Kolu had to remind everybody present at the FEC meeting today, after getting approval for 2 trillion naira, 2 trillion naira, supplementary budget, Tifnumbu want to spend 2 trillion naira between now and December. November, December, 2 trillion. He never talk with him one use them for. He's already gotten nearly 7 trillion naira in 5 months, by the way, okay? But the remaining 2 months, he wants 2 trillion. The FEC has approved it. He's going to approach the National Assembly. National Assembly is going to approve it as a loan. Then Kolu can go out and borrow more money for whatever he wanted to use that for, okay? And the naira and dollar, naira don't hands down. He's no longer fighting back. He don't cooperate. None they go up again. Unfortunately, he's falling again. However, at that same FEC meeting, Kolu had to reassure Bajabia Mole, your job is secured. Don't worry yourself, for people are saying you are doing well. People are asking, but why was it saying that? Is it because some people don't tell us, say, Bajabia Mole na tifo, and Kolu is like, una never see anything. Person will never even scratch the surface of what we go do now. So, Baja, don't worry yourself. Your job is safe. Straight from Pablo Escobar's Kolu.
About what is happening. I've told everyone in this country that I can make mistakes, and I'm bound to hear them out and correct them. Perfection is that of God Almighty. I have absolute confidence on the integrity of my chief of staff. All the issues, all campaign of calumny and insinuations should stop. The buck stopped here. If there
Everyone loves to propose. Yes. So yeah, Idris, thanks for that. Okay. So a lot of you will need to make some adjustments now. Okay. If you are watching me from outside the UK, that's the best way I can describe what just happened to some of you. If I begin to go to daylight saving -1, minus this, we'll not go understand ourselves. The layman way to understand how to never miss Maiyegun's diary Politico in due time is this. What is the time now? 10:30 p.m. in the UK. Do you understand? That's 10:30 p.m. in the UK. In Nigeria, it is 11:30 p.m. Or as Idris put it, 23:30 hours. 11:30 p.m. So when next you want to join Maiyegun, you should know, if you are not watching from the UK, you will join us from 9 p.m. You get used to it, don't worry. It is usually that confusing at first, and a lot of people feels like, I didn't know that. Why would I miss that? Well, now you do. You won't really miss it. It's just going to be disappointing that you're going to end up joining in the middle or something like that, but don't worry. So thank you to all of you who came to the the session tonight. I do appreciate that you have kept faith. I have delivered the first part. Now, I told you something from the beginning of the broadcast when I was telling you sharing the story of a SIM card and with a wiki, the Ikwere Obiakpo Little Hitler. I said that I am telling you all of this to bring them back to all of you as a full package. Is not the real story or the real reason why you are listening. What you should remember is this. Some things are about to happen. And as the fish will start rotting from the edge, like those who have waited for Supreme Court days or election, that and the rest, I used to say to everybody that we will not see the end of this criminal and the criminal gang who has taken over Nigeria and divided Nigeria until they are done self-destructing. They will destroy themselves by themselves. Unfortunately, that right now, the society or the citizens are not so, ready to take advantage of all of this available, all these available loopholes. We haven't used them because they still have a very strong hold on majority of the people, which has placed or put them in a position of doubt. Are you sure? No, I don't think. Are you sure that is right? Are you sure we can do? No, I don't think I want to. You know what I mean? Like unsure citizens, but they will be sure. They will make you make up your mind on what Maiyegun has been saying. It is not because I want Nigeria to break that will break Nigeria. It is not just because you want Nigeria to break peacefully so that everybody can actually, like we can start all over and build ourselves according to our own dreams from our different regions. So to say, no, it's not just our wishes that will make that happen. It is the actions of these criminals that would make that happen. The more they fail, which, like I told you, them failing, is not because we wishes it. It is because Nigeria is set up in a way to fail. The beneficiaries of the failed country, they will continue to do everything to keep it that way. It is beneficial to them until the victims of that contraption. Contraption means those of us who are trapped in this Nigeria, until we boldly all says we are done and we don't want this anymore. The beneficiary of the rot, they will keep it that way. Now, it is their actions that will compel you to take a position. And when you take a position and take a stand, they will likely be the stand that Maiyegun has been advising all of us all this while. Break up Nigeria to save lives. You will be saving the lives of your loved ones. you'll be saving the lives of those who are from your, your patriots, from these ruiners that they call rulers, from these looters that you call leaders, or these dealers that you call leaders. Yeah, they will make you, make that happen. As for me, I will remain your conscience that will continue to give you reasons why Nigeria will never work. Not because you don't want it to, not because I don't want it to, but you see the elements that are benefiting from a non-working Nigeria, they are not going to give up until you stop being brainwashed, conditioned to believe that you can't fight. One day you are going to agree that you are capable of fighting. Until that day, I am going to be your conscience that will keep reminding you, if you do nothing, nothing will happen. And as for any Messiah coming, I'm sorry to break your heart, darling. Darling, there is no Messiah coming. We will be our own Messiah, or we would all perish in our own ignorance and selfishness. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk today. I will see you some other time, but don't leave without dropping your offering. Like the broadcast, share it, subscribe. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing. And what do you have to gain? A lot. A lot. And I will see you some other time. So stay safe and good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnrakì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran òun.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnrakì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.